the Sisterhood Exposé channel. You need to hear this if you're a woman who's ever been called difficult at work. Ever been called difficult, bossy, or too emotional for speaking up at work? Meanwhile, your male colleague, let's call him Chad, does the same thing and gets called a go-getter, decisive, a natural leader. This is the workplace double standard, the same actions judged differently based on gender. Assertiveness in men is leadership. In women, it's a problem. Women are expected to be confident, but not confident, direct but not direct, a balancing act that's exhausting. A man who follows up is on top of things. A woman? She's micromanaging. A man negotiates his salary, he knows his worth. A woman? She's demanding. These judgments shape careers, who gets promoted, who gets the big projects, who gets sidelined. Tonight, we're diving into why women are called difficult while men are called leaders. We'll look at the history, the data, and the real damage this double standard causes. But we're not just here to complain, we'll talk solutions. What can you do? What should managers do? How do we tear down this outdated, unfair system? Because leadership isn't about chromosomes. It's about the ability to lead. Let's get into it. Because being a leader shouldn't depend on your gender. It should depend on your impact. Imagine a project meeting. Mark stands up, challenges the plan, interrupts, pushes hard. Afterward, he's praised for his energy and leadership. Now, rewind. Sarah makes the same points, uses the same tone, even interrupts to refocus the discussion. The feedback? She undermined the manager, created tension, and needs to work on her people skills. Mark is seen as a visionary, Sarah as combative. He's judged on his ideas, she's judged on her delivery. Why? Because our mental image of a leader is still overwhelmingly male. When a woman acts with authority, it clashes with old ideas about femininity, so she's labeled difficult. The double standard is subtle but powerful. It's not about what's said, but who says it. This isn't rare, it's daily reality for countless women. The same behavior, two different judgments. Until we change our definition of leadership, this will keep happening. The rules are invisible, but the impact is real. So next time you see this play out, ask, would I react the same way if the roles were reversed? That's the double standard in a nutshell. And it's time to call it out. Let's keep going. Think this is just anecdotal? The research says otherwise. Kieran Snyder's study of performance reviews found women were called bossy or abrasive in 76% of negative reviews. Men, just 2%. Men get feedback on skills. Women get feedback on personality. The Heidi Howard study proved it. Same resume, different names, both seen as competent, but Howard was liked. Heidi was seen as selfish. For women, being competent often means being disliked. For men, competence and likability go hand in hand. This isn't just academic, it shapes who gets support, promotions, and opportunities. If you're not liked, you're less likely to be championed. Women are forced to choose, be liked, or be seen as a leader. It's a rigged game, and the data proves it. These biases aren't just unfair, they're career-defining. The receipts are in, the system is broken, and it's time to fix it. Let's see where this bias comes from. Why does this bias persist? History. For centuries, men led in public. Women nurtured at home. Laws changed, but our mental models didn't. We brought women into the workplace, but kept the old definition of leader. When women act like traditional leaders, it clashes with outdated scripts. Unlearning this bias takes conscious effort, and it starts now. Being called difficult isn't harmless, it's career sabotage. Women penalized for assertiveness pull back, get overlooked, and miss promotions. The stress leads to burnout, anxiety, and imposter syndrome. Companies lose out too. Diverse leadership means better results. When women are sidelined, everyone pays the price. The difficult label is a barrier to progress. It's time to break it. Ready to fight back? Here's how. Keep a brag file. Document your wins, feedback, and results. Be specific. Led Q3 project saved 15%, not just finished report. Facts make it harder for biased feedback to stick. Build your squad mentors, give advice, sponsors advocate for you. Find people who respect your style and can back you up. If you get vague feedback like work on your tone, ask for specifics. Can you give an example? Shifts the conversation from personality to behavior. This exposes bias and demands accountability. Don't let lazy labels define you. Stay assertive but strategic. Use your network for support and perspective. Challenge the label, calmly, directly. You're not the problem, the system is. Change starts with you, but you don't have to do it alone. Document, connect, and push back. That's how you win. Managers, you have the power to change this. Check your own biases. Everyone has them. Review your feedback. Would you say the same thing to a man? Use objective criteria for promotions. Don't rely on gut feelings. Define success in clear behavioral terms. Actively sponsor women, call out their leadership, amplify their voices. If a woman is interrupted, step in. If she's called bossy, ask for examples and reframe, she's decisive. Your advocacy matters. Build a team where everyone can lead. That's real leadership. This isn't just a women's issue, it's everyone's. Men, your allyship is crucial. Listen, learn, and notice who gets interrupted or ignored. Pay attention to the language used about women. Educate yourself. Don't expect women to do all the explaining. Amplify women's voices. Bring attention back to their ideas. Give credit. If you hear difficult or bossy, ask, what do you mean? What did she do? Reframe, sounds assertive, just what we want in a leader. It's not always easy, but it matters. Every time you challenge bias, you make the workplace better. Be the ally who makes a difference. Change happens one conversation at a time. Let's do this together. We've seen the double standard, the data, the history, and the damage. Assertiveness in men is praised. In women, it's penalized. The answer isn't for women to shrink, it's to change the system. Women, be bold, document your wins, build your network. Managers, check your biases, set clear standards, sponsor women. Allies, listen, amplify, and challenge unfair labels. Next time you hear difficult, ask, would I say that about a man? Choose a better word, decisive, passionate leader. Let's reclaim